5 people have been detained so far. The bag used for the blast was a haversack, the kinds normally used by students. The investigators are focusing on sleeper modules of the LET. Preeti Gupta is now joining us over the phone line. She's been tracking all the developments regarding the blast. Preeti, the FSL report to be submitted today, what is it likely to contain? What sort of an information has the FSL gathered so far?
See, very important is to know that what kind of device it was and how it was triggered, which would indicate, what group it was and how sophisticated the entire group was. So very important when we talk about the lab report, sources do tell us, initial investigation is pointing out towards the mixture of ammonium nitrate, splinters and simultaneously RDX, which means the group was very well equipped with things and well trained. The other important factors also said that, a timer device was used for the blast. This is completely unofficial. It's just a sources telling us that a timer device was used, not a remote control through the blast. The other important fact here is that once this is established, how the blast was triggered, it would help the investigating agency to zero on the group and the members behind this group.
Right. Preeti, we speak about the investigations. Where do they stand currently? There are reports suggesting that LET-aided outfit Indian Mujahideen was behind the blast. The way the blast was carried out, it had a signature of Indian Mujahideen. Are more details coming on those lines?
Definitely, when we talk about the blast, the pattern followed. The way the blast was triggered clearly indicated that Indian Mujahideen was part of this blast, but the bigger conspiracy was done by the LET, which is clear now. Other important fact is that the police has also got the CCTV footage where they could see two suspicious people roaming around German bakery. The CCTV was placed in the Surya Hotel where Headley used to stay. So these pieces of information are very important for them, so they got zero on the person. The initial investigation also points out there's a person called Mohsin Chaudhary who is wanted by the Gujarat police, Delhi police, the blast which had triggered in these cities. It is indicating that he's one of the persons who have planted this bomb.
All right, Preeti Gupta, we leave it at that for the moment. Thanks for joining us with those inputs from Mumbai. Well, the opposition has cornered the government on the Pune blast issue. The BJP is calling it an intelligence failure, and the party now demands that the government drop what they believe are its misconceived steps. The dialogue with Pakistan or rehabilitating militants returning from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir are what they are opposed to.
Change of plans for the BJP. Price rise is taking a backseat. The party is going with terrorism now.
And as long as Pakistani soil is used for building an infrastructure of terror against India, until such time there is cooperation in the context of 2611, we cannot talk to Pakistan.
The BJP is on the offensive. It is calling the Pune blast an indication of Pakistan not cooperating in fighting terror.
While the BJP doesn't want to let go of the opportunity to assert itself as the main opposition party, the Congress is playing safe, perhaps mindful of the fact that it may find itself on a sticky wicket on the issue of terror, coupled with food inflation when the budget session begins next week.
Reach a conclusion, and after the investigation reaches a certain conclusion, then people sitting in government would take a call on it one way or the other.
And while the two parties try to score on the political turf, all eyes would be on the Foreign Secretary level talks. The Indo-Pak talks are due on the 25th of this month. With Bilal Zaidi and Vishal Daya in Delhi, Rahul Dubey, News X, Pune.
Meanwhile, Indo-Pak Foreign Secretary talks will go as scheduled despite the terror attack in Pune. There were fears that the attack might cast a shadow on the talks. The opposition had also vowed that government should stop talks with Pakistan until the country stops to help the terror infrastructure active on its soil. The government has, however, said that the possibility of such strikes was taken into consideration when the dates for the talks were proposed. The talks will take place on the 25th of this month as scheduled. The Home Minister has been clear that the terrorists had aimed to target as many foreign nationals as possible in Pune. Now, following that, the United States and Britain have asked their citizens to be alert. The United States Embassy says there is a continued possibility of terrorist attacks in India. The advisory reminded people that the German bakery in Pune was frequented by foreign nationals. It said the attack shows that terrorists and their sympathizers can attack targets where US citizens or Westerners congregate. It asked citizens to always practice good security, maintaining a heightened situational awareness and a low profile. Well, up until now, the damage in the Pune blast was a figure, and with the bodies being identified, the enormity of the tragedy is being realized. 3 of the 9 people killed in the Pune blast are from Kolkata. 2 of them are siblings, 24-year-old Ankit Dhar and his 19-year-old sister Anandi Dhar. They were accompanied by their friend, who was 24 years of age, Shilpa Goenka. They were all having dinner at the German bakery with 2 other friends. The Dhars were to catch a flight to Kolkata soon afterwards. Anandi was a student of the Ferguson College, while her brother had gone to meet her from Mumbai.
Everybody, all my friends, I think everybody is in a shock right now.
So, how was she as a girl?
She was very bright, she was very intelligent, she was good in studies, she was a good human being.
See, all the 3 brothers and sister, they were so brilliant, they were so good. Especially the elder one, he's a very bright student, he was very good in sports, he's a pass out from IIT.
And William Hume, accused of paedophilia, may walk free today. He was granted bail last week. The Dutch national's release from jail is hanging on a 1 lakh rupee bail bond that he failed to pay last week. Hume faces charges of uploading child pornography on the internet. The 56-year-old Dutchman was arrested last November. He got bail last week after spending nearly 80 days in the Chennai jail. Hume is also facing trial after being arrested in 2002 for allegedly subjecting children to sexual abuse in an orphanage. And over to the valley now. Let's get you news from Jammu and Kashmir. Well, 2 encounters are underway in the state. One in South Kashmir's Kulgam district, where 2 militants have been gunned down. Security forces say 2 more are holed up in the area. The gunfire exchange is still on. Another encounter is going on in Rajouri district of Jammu area. 1 militant has been killed in that encounter and 1 more is still fighting. Now, this encounter is on since late last night. Idris Sloan is joining us over the phone line for more on that. Idris, what's the latest?
Well, Urvashi, the gun battle between the security forces and militants is still on, though the security forces have been able to take out 2 bodies of the militants from this spot. They're saying that they're suspecting that there are 1 or 2 militants hiding inside the house in the Pulwama village. They'd got a tip-off early this morning about the presence of these militants in that area. The second encounter in Rajouri is also on since yesterday. They had resumed the firing in the early hours of this morning, in which they were successful. Security forces were successful in killing 1 militant, and they're saying that there is another 1 militant who is hiding inside the house. So there are 2 encounters right now going on in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
All right. Has there been any official word on the way the forces are proceeding, Idris?
Well, so far it's the usual way that actually they are at both the places they are involved in the gun battle between the security forces and the militants is on. But I did speak to the IG Kashmir recently about the problem of aggravating that there are so many encounters happening in the valley in the last one and a half months, and he said he was very happy about the fact that they're actually getting tip-offs from the local sources about the presence of these militants, which itself is a success for them. That's what they're saying, that they are not attacks that they have to encounter, but the sources are giving them information about the presence of these militants in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and that's why they take these encounters are taking place, and that's why there is so much of increase, is because of the fact that they're more vigilant and they're more they have more sources to give them information about the presence of these militants in the state now.
Idris, are we getting to hear more on which organization do these militants belong to?
Yeah, right now we have no information about the militants' outfit, which will be responsible for the encounters, because though the bodies have been recovered, 2 bodies have already been recovered, but police is not confirming yet whether they belong to LET or Hizbul Mujahideen. But these are the two outfits that it looks likely that they'll be from these 2 outfits, but police is not confirming anything as of yet.
Idris Sloan, thanks for joining us with those inputs from the Valley. Meanwhile, Jharkhand Chief Minister Shibu Soren has assured the wife of the abducted BDO of his safe return. Soren indicated that the state was prepared to negotiate with the Maoists. BDO Prashant Laik was abducted on Saturday by 4 armed Maoists at Dalbumgar in East Singhbhum. Security forces are conducting raids to locate possible hideouts of the Maoists. Meanwhile, in an exclusive interview with NewsX, Maoist commander Mangalji set conditions for the BDO's release. Mangalji defied the centre's Operation Green Hunt, saying that the Naxal movement will go on at all costs.
जो पैसा नहीं मिला है जिस मजदूर लोगों का उसको 7 दिन टाइम देते हैं और 7 दिन के अंदर इस जिले में जितना मजदूर काम किया है पैसा नहीं मिला है 7 दिन में एकदम काम भुगतान हो जाना चाहिए। किसी ब्लॉक में अगर भुगतान बाकी रहा तो उस ब्लॉक को हम लोग टारगेट करेंगे। उसका बीवी से हम बात किया था, उसका बीवी बोला कि छोड़ दीजिए नहीं मारिए, ऐसा बोल रहा था, रो रही थी। तो हम बोला ठीक है छोड़ देंगे, हमारा जो गांव का लोग है उसको छोड़ देने से हम लोग छोड़ देंगे इसको। अभी आप जाइए शिबू सोरेन को बोलिए, डीजीपी को बोलिए, एसपी को बोलिए या एसडीओ है उसको बोलिए, ये सीधा साधा गांव वाला को छोड़ देने से हम लोग जल्दी इसको छोड़ देंगे, नहीं तो छोड़ना मुश्किल है। ये गुरु जी जो फैसला लिया है ठीक है, मैंने इसको धन्यवाद हम कहते हैं। नीतीश जी भी नहीं गया है, वो भी ठीक किए हैं। मैंने दमन विरोधी जो प्रोग्राम लिया है केंद्र सरकार उसके खिलाफ में मैंने मीटिंग में नहीं जाना, मतलब ये अच्छी बात है। सिर्फ इस अंचल को मैंने क्षेत्रों को मैंने माओवाद से मुक्त करने के लिए कितना अभियान चला है, तो ग्रीन हैंड हो कुछ हैंड हो, ये माओवाद है, भूखा पेट का लड़ाई है, ये रुकने वाला नहीं है। यहाँ 2000 माओवादी है जो भ्रष्टाचार के विरोध में बात बोल रहा है, अन्याय अत्याचार के खिलाफ मैंने लड़ रहा है, उसको शिकार करने के लिए ये लोग ग्रीन हैंड शुरू करेगा तो हमको कुछ नहीं है। मैंने ये तो LIC का युद्ध चला रहा है ना सरकार, मैंने लो इंटेंसिटी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इसको बोलता है, कम तीव्रता वाला युद्ध। कम तीव्रता वाला युद्ध माना ये युद्ध है मैंने जल्दी नहीं भड़केगा। ये ग्रीन हैंड या जो भी अभियान चलाएगा जितना तीव्र होगा ये युद्ध भी उतना तीव्र हो जाएगा।
What we're getting to hear, the encounter in Rajouri in the valley is over and 1 militant has been killed while the other encounter is still underway. We'll be getting you all the latest from the valley in our later bulletins. Well, over to other news now. This could invite more trouble for Narendra Modi. The deadline for the Attorney General to respond to the court's notice regarding his summoning ends today. Earlier, the Jan Sangharsh Manch filed a petition in the Gujarat High Court demanding that the Chief Minister should be summoned for questioning. The court had then asked the Advocate General Karnal Trivedi to find out whether and when will the Nanavati Commission summon Modi. The Advocate General has to submit the details till the 15th of this month, which is today. It's time for a quick break right now. When we come back, Jaipur roads became a witness to some antique beauties of the yesteryears. Vintage cars dotted the pink city on Sunday.
The best in coverage and the best in quality. With the latest digital technology. News from all across the world. Now at your fingertips. For any assistance, write to us at customerservice.newsx@newsx.com. Let us help you keep pace with technology. NewsX.
As the largest democracy in the world gets older, the face of Indian politics is getting younger. We get you face to face with the young leaders of India as they share their plans for tomorrow's India. On The New Guard, at this time on NewsX.
Is brought to you by Aircel. Just 1411 left. Save our Tigers, an Aircel initiative.
Begin your day with coffee. Begin your day in the stock exchange. Begin your day in the President's office. Begin your day with the latest from everywhere. Begin your day with a smile. Begin it with morning news.
at this time on NewsX.
Is brought to you by IFCI since 1948, nurturing enterprise, financing development.